Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Murder Corner, where I draw erotic fan art of Columbo and we sit in silence for 30 minutes. Uh, this is the first video I've made in a while. I was kind of feeling a little burnt out, and I just really didn't want to get back into it. I've also been doing side hustles because I would like to go to Art Basel this year and see all my friends and maybe do some networking and do some fun stuff. So I've been working extra to try to make that happen, so I've had less time also. But yeah, I figured today it would be a good subject to talk about burnout because that's what I've been going through, and every artist is going to reach that point. And I think it's a common question of how do I, uh, how do I get past it, and what should I do if I start to feel burnout, or how do I prevent it? Uh, by the way, this piece, which we'll start drawing in a minute because I did like some warm up sketches and stuff, so this has nothing to do with the actual piece. But it's called Queen, and it's available on Manifold for through a claim page, and it's 0.01 ETH, and there's only 15 editions, so get yours while you can. The link should be in my pin post on Twitter, or X if you're fancy, I guess. Um, but yeah, like we all go through burnout. It's something that there's no real one answer to approaching it. Everybody has their own workflows. Everyone's different. So don't take anything I say as gospel. You should always do what's best for you and for your mental health. But usually, when I start to feel burnout, I try to just push past it. And like, that's not going to work for everyone. And that doesn't always work for me either. And especially if you're just starting out, I don't recommend that. I think more for beginner artists, you probably want to like take breaks and make sure that it's fun, because if you're beginning, you're conditioning yourself to how you're going to feel about art in general. Like, after 5, 10 years of doing art, it became easy for me to just do it every day because like I had good memories of it. It was something that I loved to do. But if I had like really pushed myself to the limit right away, I think I might have hit a wall and just been like, I really don't like this anymore. So I think it's important to learn that boundary. If you're just starting out, like, you probably do want to take more breaks. If you're further in your career and if you want to make it a career, then I do suggest like trying to learn to push past that feeling of being burnt out and feeling uninspired. Because if you were like a commercial artist and your job was like go to 5 days out of the week and you have to draw stuff, like, you can't just say, I'm sorry, I'm burnt out, I can't do it today. You have to learn to just push past it. So like, it is a skill that can be learned. And I also think a lot of the times when you push past it, you learn something through it, because you're gonna hate everything you're drawing when you do it. And like, you don't have to make a masterpiece if you're feeling burnt out. You don't have to like push yourself to create something beautiful. It's okay if you just like do exercises, do little things to keep yourself in that mode of creation. But you don't have to like create a masterpiece every time you draw. So if you're burnt out, like, a good thing to do is go back to fundamentals and like practice drawing poses, practice drawing faces, practice drawing simple stuff. But yeah, when you push through it, you kind of learn why you were starting to hate it, if that makes sense. A lot of the times, I think you get burnt out because your brain's starting to see flaws that you haven't like come to terms with. Like, you haven't fully caught up with what needs to improve, but your mind's starting to see imperfections, and your mind's putting together that there is this area that needs to be improved. So a lot of the times when you start trying to push through burnout, you'll start to see those things that you really don't like that you do. And you'll realize like, oh, this is lazy, or this needs improvement. Usually when you come out of the other side of it, you've advanced, and you've gotten a little stronger because you went through this stage of hating your art and you kind of saw like what you were hating about it. Whereas I think sometimes if you just say, well, I'm burnt out, I'm just going to give up, then like you just kind of let it go and then you come back and you fall back into your old habits. And again, not to say that you should always push through it because mental health always comes first. And there are some times where you're just tired. Like, we're human. You can only do so much. Uh, but yeah, you probably surprise yourself with how far you can keep pushing. It may seem like you've hit a wall, and at first it will be a wall. When you're first starting out, when you hit burnout, it's going to be a wall, and you should probably treat it like that. Like, this is something that I'm going to have to get around. This is something that I'm going to have to really stop and think about how to get around this. But the further you get, the less it's like a wall and the more it's like a speed bump. And it's just like, okay, slow down and let me consider things. It gives you it when you hit that point, you should take a moment and just think about like, what am I doing that's not fun? Why am I not enjoying this? What can I do to make myself happy with my art again? And a lot of the times, revisiting stuff that you love, or even like trying something new, will help with that. Trying something new is like so big, and it doesn't even have to be something huge. Like, watch a show that you would never watch, just like something small like that. Like, seriously, go on Netflix and find something that just looks absolutely horrible for you and watch like an hour of it and just force yourself through it. And it will help you like get a lens into the world beyond your own. Because we get stuck in these little tunnels. Like, we live in our own little world, and this is my world, and this is how it is. So it helps a lot, especially as an artist, to go look at things that are just completely outside of your realm of thinking. Like something that's just not anything you would ever consider enjoying. And take a moment to look at it and study it. And it'll really help you to like expand your horizons and help you to think about things beyond what you're normally thinking about. Another big one is like getting out into nature. And I am very much an indoor kid. I don't like going outside. I don't want to go make friends. I don't want to interact with people. I would much rather just sit inside and like play on my iPad and talk on Twitter. And but it is important, like not only for mental health reasons, but for actual health reasons, to get out of your house occasionally. And just taking a drive somewhere where you've never been can help a lot. Like, go look at houses you've never looked at. Like, just looking at different architecture and like just different places, it can help spark that creativity. Another big one is like going to the zoo and the aquarium. Go look at pictures of animals. Go look at like pictures of fish, and then like try to draw them. I think we get so stuck in like this idea of wanting to create exactly what we want whenever we want, that sometimes we lose focus of the fact that there are an infinite number of things to create. It doesn't have to be this world that you want to build. You should be building that world, but if you're feeling burnt out of building it, of showing your vision and sharing that, then go try something different. Like, draw something that you would never ever draw. Like, draw a cartoon character you've never drawn. Draw an animal that you've never drawn. Try to draw a car. Try to draw a house. Try to draw, like, I don't know, a boat. Just whatever you can think of. Any random thing. Draw a pencil. Like, it can be any little thing that will help to spark that creativity. Because, like, everything that you are using, like, all the imagery in your vision, it came from somewhere. So it's just a matter of, like, finding new imagery to put into your visions to re-spark that kind of, that joy of it. So a lot of the times just going and finding something that's seems mundane and seems like something that it just would be a waste of time to even learn how to draw. Like, it can really help to like to kind of rekindle that passion. And again, these are all just suggestions. There's no one way to do this, there's no right or wrong answers. But burnout's something that every artist has to deal with. So it's important to have a game plan to go at it. It'll really help if you recognize that you are going to get burnt out and start thinking of ways to handle that, then it starts not to be a big deal. It's just part of the process. That every once in a while you get to this point where you're feeling frustrated and you just feel uninspired and you don't feel like you can do it anymore. And it's important to figure out how you're going to approach that. But anyway, we're starting to get to the end of the video. I didn't talk about the art at all of this video. I like how this one came out. I'm really happy with it. I really think this piece came out very nice. Like I said, the link to it should be in my pin post. So if you want to go check that out, I would appreciate it. You can also check out my Patreon, which no one subscribed to, but I'm just getting into video content, so I'm not too worried about that yet. I'm gonna try to have rewards there, and right now all I'm really offering is high resolution PNGs of my fan art, and also I was going to upload these videos early. Since no one subscribed, I'm just gonna put them on YouTube for right now. But yeah, I'll try to figure out rewards and stuff for that. Make sure to follow me on TikTok if you can. I'm going to try to post there more often. It's actually more difficult than I thought it would be to make actually entertaining videos that are original. So I'm going to have to work on that and try to get better at it. Like I said, I hit a little bit of burnout, so I'm going to try to post videos more regularly here and also on TikTok. If you're seeing this on Twitter, please go check out my YouTube. And other than that, you guys have a great day. You guys are amazing. Bye.